Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is So I'm watching Pretty Little Liars, Original Sin.
Chapter 4, the female gaze. It's in little parentheses and everything.
She's settling a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for her to have actual Tabby. I'm waiting for her to have actual character traits that aren't just like...
She called them the Losers Club again, and I'm like, you have never... like.
She did.
No, I know she has, but they haven't done anything
to embrace
moniker. Yeah, it's like, I know she said it more than once, but just saying it doesn't make it true.
She's settling a little bit, and I think because this is also at that age where sometimes you just sort of copy and paste a personality onto yourself.
Yeah,
and I do think that the Scream or the Psycho rather. Thing was cute, and the gender swapping was cute, and especially because it got us more of my favorite Greg. He's the best.
I'm shocked he's not dead.
He will be.
Yeah,
he will be soon, but it's only because he knows he was being so gross about we're gonna have condoms in case it turns into a porno set. And she said something. He was like, I know. He's kidding. And also, that's precisely why she sought him out for this.
Yeah. Because he's
that energy.
Not shy. But also then, so we did get kind of a confirmation. She has been drugged in the past.
I wouldn't call that a confirmation. It seems to be.
It feels like a confirmation.
Because, again, it was an implication. It was not a confirmation.
I think... For me, that flashback that she had, coupled with two things, one of which being her intense
I think
discomfort
that's what happened,
at the nudity.
But I would never call that confirmation. That is substantial or circumstantial.
But compare if you combine it with that and also the scene at Wes's house, she's been drugged. She's been drugged.
I'm objecting to the use of the word confirm.
I'm convinced.
Okay. Well, that one
beyond a reasonable doubt.
Okay. So, but is that maybe? So we think that's maybe tied in with her filming the boys' locker room.
Oh, maybe.
So
maybe she's trying to get a look at all their peeps because she'll remember if she sees it.
Sadly, we are still at one with peep count.
Only. Come on.
And I am sad to report that because Greg is the one I was counting to whip out the peep a la Euphoria. It was Derek. Callan Derek. We couldn't remember Derek! Although, I like him a lot, but Derek was my preferred.
He was cute. He was super
well, they both had, well, we're not talking about Euphoria. I was going to say, but Greg does have the single best haircut a man can have.
You are such a fucking sucker for the year 2000.
The 1997 middle part. Never has a haircut been more flattering.
Incorrect.
So good. No, so, and then she sort of slipped in while she was directing the scene that maybe Marion Crane, slipped him some drugs in the wine. And
beyond a reasonable doubt. Is all I'm saying.
So yeah, she did suggest that maybe Marion Crane drugged him, and Chip clocked it, as did I think Greg. And did Marion clock it too? They reacted because she was the one that was being so professional and so rigid with the shot list and all. Here's how we're gonna do it. It's gonna be, and then she was sort of off the cuff, adding things in.
Yeah.
So, anyways, Greg took his clothes off again.
Yeah.
No, none of this is okay. This is all bad. But again, I'm this is why you hired him for this precise reason.
Well, totally that. And then she was the only one who kept harping on it because Chip was whatever. And Farron was ballet is more ridiculous than this.
You want to see some shit? Because I grew up in dance studios and ballet. Yeah. You want to see naked chicks literally everywhere dance. Dance. It is Babylon backstage.
So the thing there is that was, and thank you guys for the comment, malicious compliance, because she was being very no, put your Speedo back on, and it's
she's triggered. She's triggered.
Of course she's triggered, but it's in an actual scenario now with your malicious compliance, you are the one that's hindering the situation because everyone else is comfortable.
Also, they're fully broken into a place. They're trespassing to do this. So spare me your moral high ground. So anyways, again, it's terrible. He should have never done that.
Although apparently his dick is not tiny because he is super not shy about it.
No.
So
it is very normal. It is very nice. Moving on.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, was it in Euphoria? Okay.
Like I said, Derek was the one that was like throwing it around, but no, it's there.
Right.
There's screenshots.
Okay. Congratulations.
So she like needed to take a minute and she wandered out into the field. I'm enjoying the setting. It's definitely it's because it's Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
It's definitely like northeast.
It's also
in the fall.
That's the other thing that I realized while we were watching this episode, because Noah and her mother live in kind of a dingy apartment. There was such a glamour factor to the OG series, and I was like, oh, that's what's different. This is not like a
grittier.
Yeah, this is not like a cutesy mid-Atlantic small town. This is like a down on its luck, dying former steel mill town.
But even just because we grew up in Maryland, which is right around this, and this is the fall. Because I almost even made a joke about how pretty the day was with the funeral, and I was like, no, it'd be like that in the fall. It's like the 3 most depressing days in your life, and then like a really nice day, and then just like dreary for 4 months.
Yeah.
So I'm really appreciating that, and just the barren trees. It really adds to the like the spookiness and all that. So
for sure.
She had like
and we are in the run up to Halloween. Yeah.
She had like a flash of like what seemed to be people at a bonfire, and this is the confirmation that she's been drugged again and was also drugged then.
Beyond a reasonable doubt.
Again, I agree that that's what happened, but moving on. Imogen's going through it, and I think that Sydney was a little hard on her.
I think so too. It's only been like...
Granted, Sydney is like actively trying to dissuade her.
Of course. But it's also only been like 6 weeks, and she's already trying to sell the house. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I know that there's debt, but you have to give that at least a year. Also, a minor is not responsible for the debt that their parents left behind after they die, to my knowledge.
But I think, well, first of all, this is dramatization.
Yeah.
And also, I think Sydney's trying to get her something.
Well, for sure. I 100% understand, like, the purpose of everything.
Like, get her feet on the ground.
But it also is just sort of like...
I'm glad we had the Ouija board scene, because it filled in some necessary... Because Bailey's playing Imogen very level-headed, like very even-keeled. And I was getting really mad at Davy.
Yeah.
And again, I still think she was most likely murdered. And if not, then there's definitely stuff we have not seen.
Definitely, yeah.
I don't think it's a simple... I don't believe that Davy was spooked once and then brutally killed herself that way.
She, like, also had to, like... She ran an entire bath to get in with all of her clothes on and slit her wrist. It's, like, too much.
It was a lot. So I was glad we had that scene. Imogen found her diary and then found her mother's diary, and there were pages torn out from around the night of the incident.
Why? Why would a girl rip pages out of her diary? Because it's humiliating.
Even just the knowledge that it exists.
Yeah,
somewhere.
I would be like, I would do that. I mean, obviously on this show, it's because she wrote down stuff about Angela, but still, I was like, there's...
Well, and also because her current theory is that the pages are somewhere in the house. And I'm like, so either her own mother and or this A thing has ripped the pages out of the diary and then hid them somewhere else. Like, it was already hidden in this house. So they just, like...
hid them again.
That was very funny to me.
They also weren't ripped out. They were cut with scissors.
They were ripped.
Were they?
Yeah.
It looked so clean.
No, it was really jagged.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But so it's what I thought you were going to say, is they made sure to leave enough.
Oh, that you could tell there was, like, writing
hints,
on it, yeah.
Like, what maybe it was even about.
Yeah.
We also forgot to mention, this is so fun. It could be a little campier.
It could be campier.
It could be just a little bit campier.
Where it's like,
but I'm enjoying.
Do you remember? I think it's season 1. If it's not season 1, it's season 2. There is an episode where A is like menacing Hannah about something, and A like makes her go to the bakery and get 4 cupcakes that are frosted like pigs and eat them all in public. I am like, I want more of that. That stuff was fun.
But no, this A, because it's seemingly obsessed with Imogen's ankles. We've gotten 2 scenes of it behind stairs.
Like it was the bleachers and then it was the staircase and he's like wants to grab her.
Because had she not gotten up and gone to the bathroom to throw up, what was his plan?
To make her cause a scene at this memorial.
And he was going to get out of there?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's feels
really weird.
It feels...
I guess she's only like 16 or 17, but I'm just like, you kind of get cankly when you're pregnant too. And I'm like, you just want those pregnant teenager cankles. Like,
I don't know that I quite think teenagers get cankly.
Well, that's why I kind of couched it. Like, she's maybe a little too young, but I like, makes your feet swell and everything.
You said something about one of them being like out of shape or whatever. I was like, she's a teen. Or no.
Oh, no.
He was like, I quit carbs for this. And you were like, it's been like 2 days. I was like, he's a teenager.
Yeah,
that would make all the difference in the world.
Also,
one of Kelly's ex-boyfriends could like lose like 3 pounds in a day for wrestling matches.
Oh, that's so unhealthy. I dated 2 wrestlers in high school and it's really bad for you. But I was incorrect in the last episode. Noah is the sportsy one. She's on the track team. So I was just like, she was the most like with Emily, but then I didn't like see anything else about it. But she has apparently not been able to train for the track team this whole time, which also feels bizarre unless that was like part of her punishment.
Sean was losing me last week and then he won me back with
yeah.
And then he lost me again. He's seemingly right about her mother.
Yeah.
But it feels, I don't have enough of a connection to him that it's just sort of, it's very, who the fuck is this guy?
That's what I keep saying. Like so far.
Well, the others have, by this episode, I've warmed up to
more.
all of the others, including even Henry, when he sat down, when Farron was like telling him her theory. I forgot what he said, but he like sat down with this like,
yeah. What are we doing? But I just think it's like, I guess, I don't know. It took episodes for like, I guess.
We're only 4 in.
That's true. Part of me is remembering like late series Caleb and Toby. And I'm like.
And we had to establish 3 generations of
for sure.
main characters.
Yeah. This was mostly an episode about like, this was like A menacing her in this episode.
Well, and Sheriff Beasley, he's so funny. He is so comically.
It's not funny, haha, but
because he comes in and destroys their apartment. I was like, dude,
like a prison cell turnover,
my guy. And I think that this was a factor with the OG PLL, but A is like really like throwing hands, like and I'm sort of like, what if any of these plans had followed through?
Yeah.
Like you're prepared. You're at this point of your plan to have dead teenagers. Like
you're like, that's how far in we already are. Yeah. Because like, that's the thing is like
what if this worked?
Right. Like what if she fell in between the buildings or whatever?
He talked. I didn't love that.
No, me neither.
And he like made her rat out her mother.
Yeah.
But it was like, he was like, punish the guilty. And Noah was just like, I understand. I have to call the hospital. And I was sort of like,
well, she said who? And he said your mother.
It felt like a leap. And she just did the thing where she like spent way too much time not looking at him or like, I don't know. It's fine.
Yeah.
So she called and ratted out her mom. Seemingly everything's just fine.
And she got the ankle monitor off that morning. So that's over. Yeah, I don't know. I would feel kind of bad about it too. I'm also like, where is she gonna live? Because her dad is clearly not in the picture. They're like all single mom, like single parents.
Well, except for Farron's dad. She lives with her dad.
Yeah, but her parents are divorced. Well, yeah, so it's a single parent situation everywhere, which is interesting to me.
Mouse didn't really have much. She had one scene with Ash.
Yeah,
and it seems like she's kind of taken by him.
Yeah, so I was really under the impression that she was gay after the first couple episodes, but now I think she was trying to join that club, the LGBT club, because of her mom's. Because I think it's just like an allyship club.
But it also then is he not gay? Or are we dealing with these crazy,
I don't know, these
crazy bi teens?
Yeah. They are very
it's the future. Everyone's caramel and queer.
For sure. They are presenting like they are like enamored with each other, so I could go either way.
There's like 7 people who might be queer.
Yeah.
But we have gotten no confirmation on any of them.
Yeah.
Because we still have Farron is still pining after Henry. And
she is pretty sure that
it's so heavy now though that I'm like, okay, this is a misdirect.
She's pretty sure that Kelly is still Kelly's the one that's dead and Karen is still alive because Henry said that Kelly's gotten a lot better. It's almost like dancing with Karen again.
Well, and she switched lockers and she like Kelly knew what Karen said to Farron.
Which, like, if you are Karen and you have successfully faked your death by having your twin killed, why are you then going back to menace the same people?
Well, Karen wasn't menacing her. She was sort of like...
Well, sure, but, like, why are you bringing up things that are only gonna, like...
I think it's that desire to, like, defend yourself. Because we argued about it where I was like, she implied that you only got the black swan because you're black, which that's not what that means. No. I was like, that's not like the black swan isn't an African-American swan. No. Sort of like, I mean, I get making the joke. Sure. But I was like, that's not like, well, of course you got it.
Also, I mean, traditionally the black swan just wears a black tutu, right?
Yeah.
So like the color of the person in the tutu makes no difference
That's
at
what
all.
I mean. I was like, it's not like they're doing Aida and she's like, of course you got the role of Aida. It's like, regardless.
Imagine Karen throwing a fit because she didn't get cast as Aida.
I can.
Yeah, I know.
I truly can.
Me too.
Granted, that's an opera, but still, they could do a ballet. And they come up with the plan that she's going to make Henry give her a foot massage. I can't wait for that scene. Yeah. It's going to be real nice and organic.
Sure.
That if she has the scar on her toe, which, I mean, okay. Because there's not even, how long has it been? Did it scar? Because she's dancing on it immediately. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And furthermore, if they're switching back and forth, then who got the scar in the first place?
Exactly.
Because also, Farron didn't do it. So, A did it. So, I don't know. There's holes. There's holes to be poked in this
100%. 100%. I am definitely enjoying this. I like watching it.
It's fun.
It's super fun. But I do think one of the major flaws is what you said. You're correct. You've gone to murder so immediately that it's like there was a buildup of like making Hannah eat cupcakes because she used to be chubby. And it's like, that's just like low key embarrassing. This is immediate murder.
Okay. And this is what I was saying with the whole, like, I'm not as hung up on the comparisons or connections to the original, especially because we're dealing with the 10 episodes instead of 22.
Sure. Yeah.
And also of the original was menacing these teenage girls for reasons where this is like a hereditary, like this is going back through time and familial.
Yeah,
like,
he's like menacing these girls because of something their mother did.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
We also had a flashback with Marjorie and Angela where they were smoking.
Who is played by Susie from Stranger Things, Dustin's girlfriend Susie from Stranger Things.
And also, we did not mention in the first episode that A very cavalierly killed the janitor. So the people are dying. There is blood.
Yeah.
On the dance floor. Literally and metaphorically. So
Stop This Beat Is Killing Me. That radio commercial.
I think that's about it.
Yeah, well, Chip finished the like psycho scene while Tabby was having like her breakdown outside.
He man-directed her woman's film.
I don't think he did it maliciously.
No, absolutely not.
Okay, because he was very smiley about it, and he was like, that's okay, right? And it was supposed to be a group project, so, like, he should have been involved somehow. But you're right. He very did, like, take over as a dude, her female empowerment thing. She also, though, did say the word penetrate. So
she was, I mean, no, that was a good enough reason. The imagery, the analogy, the metaphor was apt. With her female phallus.
Yeah. Also, Farron looked great in the Marion Crane, like, wig and dress and everything. But that was like a thing. And then she was really poring over a moment of Greg breaking character and sort of laughing in the footage at the very end, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of that.
I was going to say, as someone who was Tabby, as someone who was Tabby senior year, making their friends recreate these scenes for stuff like that, the friends are mostly there to have a good time.
Sure.
So if you get your project, consider yourself lucky.
Yeah. So that was I think the only other thing that was like a real.
So okay. We're gonna watch episode 5.
Yes, we are.
We got a secret and we can't keep it.
That was stupid.